Good morning, or whatever it is right now. It is Thursday. There's a little dog in. Come on, baby. It's kind of loud. That helps the sound if I shut the door. I still need to put up my trim. But anyway, it's Thursday, September 5th, and I'm trying to do a little bit each day of recording or whatever, but I've been in a lot of pain last night and today, and that's kind of affecting me. I'm working on a few things that I didn't get done yesterday because I felt so bad, and in between that I'm doing some crafty things to try to counter my burnout. Right now I'm working on a piece of 3D wall art. It's an attempt. I've got a piece of scrap wood. Okay, here's the scrap wood that I've got. I've used it as a tester for a long time, and I tested my photo transfer stuff on this, and it worked. But I'm sanding it off with a hand sander, and I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to paint it with this color sample that I got for $1. The clearance area over near the paint and Lowe's is a really cool place to check out if you're on the market for some paint or even just samples. You can find some really cool stuff there. So I'm going to paint this with this color as the base. I'll show you that in a moment. And then I'm going to make a crackle finish. So after this paint dries, I'm going to put quite a bit of school glue on here. And then I'm going to put my coat of paint over top of the school glue before the school glue dries. I'm going to use this Spring Parade color that I've got. I've got a gallon of it, but I put some in this so it's easier for me to handle while I'm painting smaller things. It's called Spring Parade. That's what I painted my bathroom with. Once you put your glue and your paint on the second layer, you'll take a heat gun or a hair dryer or something like that to it, and then it'll crackle, and it'll be really cool. And I've got these little plastic planters. They look like terracotta. I've got some that are actually terracotta, but this is going to be going on the wall, and so I want it to be kind of lightweight. So this one I had stuff glued to before, or I was testing things out. I like to experiment. So I think I'm going to use both of these because they're cute, and so I'll just cut them in half and apply them with some type of glue. I've got a bunch of different types, and I'll figure that out when it comes to time for that. And I've got some artificial moths that I got from the Dollar Tree. These came from Dollar Tree as well. So I make a lot of stuff, and I want to show the process of some of the stuff I make out of items that you would typically throw away or just not really think about doing that with them. And here you can see as the glue starts to dry that it will pull up and distort, and that's where you get your crackle from. So I'm going to go ahead and finish drying this and see how it ends up looking and get these bubbles out of here. Okay, so while I wait on that to dry, I'm going to prepare these. Okay, so this is dry, and I have to explain a little bit about why I touched it in so many places before it was ready. I have an issue with things that look cool, like not cool, but textures that look a little bit different, and in my mind they're just begging to be touched, and I have to touch it with both hands and all that stuff. I have to make it even, and I have a problem with leaving things alone so they don't get messed up for that reason, because it's like an overwhelming urge to just do like that. It's like, yeah, I have issues. Let's see if I can get it to focus, but you can see where I kind of messed with it a little too much, and that is why most of my projects have some element of fail in them, because I can't leave stuff alone.
it's physically, it's almost like an obsession. I call it touchy. Something looks touchy and I must touch it. My needs to touch random, like, just, it's hard to explain. I'm sure there's people out there that totally get it. I need to leave stuff alone. Leave it alone, Monica. Get my hook. I haven't talked about that in a while, but it's been almost 2 years since I almost cut it off. And that's how she ended up. I like to mess things up in major ways. I'm going to not do that on camera because that is an annoying sound. Look, I still can't leave it alone. Oh my goodness. I need to even it out. Like where I cut it, it's kind of crooked, but that's okay. I've attached the little planter. Used some of this. And put it on the back of the planters after I marked off where they needed to be. And then I spread it around with an old paintbrush and then just set them on it. And you can move them around for a little while before it sets. I try to get them as even as possible. I'm not very good at that even when I have a ruler. Doing this cute little cascading effect of it. So I'm going to let the silicone dry for a little bit. I didn't record it because my dogs were barking at a squirrel and it was just ridiculous. Look how cute. This is elephant bush. So I siliconed these and put some of the dirt in there. I know the light is weird. And clean up some of the excess silicone. And then, I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. That's really cute. Ugh, glare. My goodness. I'm sorry. And that's a live plant. And I put newspaper in there to keep it from spilling and draining out, and it'll help retain some of the moisture. Cute.